Hi everyone, Selena from Bubble Lab back. So you've set up Pearl in your Slack workspace and now you're ready to unleash its full power by connecting it to all of the tools that you're using on the daily. We've made it really easy to do this on the Bubble Lab platform through what we call capabilities. When you build Pearl, it already automatically comes with 3 capabilities: web research, a flow assistant, and also a chart maker. So for instance, right out of the box, we can ask Pearl in our Slack to do a report on my LinkedIn post, and because we've given it the capability of web research, which includes scraping the internet and using third parties like Appify to scrape LinkedIn, Pearl is able to complete a task like this. So here it's accessed my LinkedIn and done some research on my top posts, what my engagement has been like, content themes, etc. Because it also has a chart capability built in, we can ask Pearl to make some graphs. So now it's come back with some informative bar charts of my engagement by content theme and post frequency over time. On Bubble Labs platform, you can monitor all of these conversations as it's coming through. Now, to make this even more exciting, let's now add some additional capabilities to Pearl. Simply click on the Add button and you'll see the list of integrations that we provide. So I'll just go ahead and add a couple of tools, including Postgres. I'll also go ahead and add some other tools like Calendar, Gmail, Jira, Stripe, Docs, and PostHog. That's all you need to do to configure capabilities. Now my Pearl in Slack has all of these integrations built in. So now I can ask it things such as, what are the most common errors people have been hitting on our platform? This is pulling data from our Postgres database. And we can see Pearl has now come back with a report of some of the errors that our users have been hitting recently. Pearl listens to your feedback. So if I teach it something, I don't actually count quota limits as an error. Remember this for the future. We can see that Pearl is now updating its memory, and for future requests like this, it will remember this preference that I have and get smarter over time. As another example, I asked Pearl, what are my open invoices? This is pulling on our Stripe sandbox data. It came back with 8 open invoices in a small table displaying a couple of them. This has been something that's been really useful for our RevOps users, but let's say that this is actually a very critical part of my organization and I don't want to keep pinging Pearl every single time I want to look for open invoices. Remember how we had the third built-in capability of Flow Assistant, and that is where it becomes really useful when you have these repetitive critical tasks that you want Pearl to run autonomously. For example, I can now ask Pearl to help me run this invoice pulling task every day at 8 a.m. and send it to my All Bubble Lab channel and also draft emails to chase them. What Pearl is doing now is actually pulling the context of what we've been going back and forth on and building out a robust workflow that can work deterministically every day at 8 a.m. Once it gets our approval, we can see on Bubble Lab, if we go to the dashboard, Pearl has gone ahead and generated a daily open invoice flow for us just from the short conversation that we have in Slack. So this is a robust workflow that will now run every single morning, and it's automatically built out the logic to go through my Stripe, fetch the open invoices, post the message in Slack, and also draft all the emails for me. If we go into the history, we see that Pearl has mock executed it already, and in the All Bubble Lab channel, we have just gotten a Slack message with the list of open invoices and the invoice link as well. And now if I go into my Gmail, I see that all of the 8 drafts chasing down these unpaid invoices are now just sitting in my inbox waiting to be sent. Without ever context switching and just staying in Slack, you're able to easily connect all of your tools, ask questions about your database or anything else in your setup, actually have it take action for you, and when it needs to be robust and repeated, change it into a workflow that it can build and run autonomously in the background. Let me know if you have any questions, and I can't wait to see all the things that you will automate with Pearl.